Wow. This next song we're going to play for you guys is off my newest album, and it's actually sung by ZZ Ward on the record, and she's got this like awesome sultry voice, kind of like a female crooner. And we wrote the song together, and I kind of wrote it from the standpoint of the independent female, independent woman, because I consider myself quite an independent woman. And so the lyrics in the chorus are, I don't need a man to hold my hand, but I want one to hold my heart. And it's kind of this whole idea of like, I don't need a man, but I need a man. So this song is called Hold My Heart. If you have any, and if not, I'll just keep playing music. Yes. How old was I when I started? I was 6 years old when I started playing the violin, and I actually begged my parents for lessons when I was about 5. How old are you? You're 9. That's awesome. Are you an artist yourself, or a musician? You are becoming one. That is awesome. Well, keep it up. Yes. You drew a picture for me? Oh, that's beautiful. Is that me? That's so good. Oh, it's the Child of Light video. You're a really good artist. I like it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah.
So I absolutely loved your Crystallize, the dubstep one, and I was wondering what inspired you kind of to put dubstep into violin, because that's super cool.
Awesome. I love it. The microphone's just a hair behind every time. You're working so hard to get there, so close. So Crystallize was originally inspired. I had just kind of gotten into EDM music. I was really liking electronics, style, and excited about it. And then I heard Bangarang by Skrillex, and I think that was the first song that went mainstream from dubstep. And it was the first time dubstep was really melodic. And so I heard Bangarang and I was like, what is this sound? What is this crazy music? This is awesome. And how can I make it? And so my goal with writing dubstep music was, dubstep at the time was extremely harsh sounding and like edgy. And I was like, I want to make a dubstep song that like a raver kid can enjoy and like, you know, spin lights too, but at the same time my grandma can sit there and enjoy it as well. And so that was my goal with Crystallize, was to make a beautiful dubstep arrangement. Yeah.
Lindsey, you know about Above and Beyond? Have you ever considered doing a collaboration with Above and Beyond? Because they've been all into EDM, and then all of a sudden I turned 30 and they got acoustic coming out, and I'm kind of feeling this whole acoustic thing going on. Have you ever considered making a collaboration with Above and Beyond?
That's a really interesting idea.
And if you do, call me.
Okay, I'll let you know. I like it. I love collaborating. It's one of my favorite things to do as an artist because, you know, it, oh, there's a question right here in the front.
Oh, yeah.
On average, how much do you practice?
It totally depends on kind of what stage I am in the music cycle. Like when I'm in the studio recording, I'm playing just all kind of like noodling around all day. On tour, I would say I try to practice an hour a day. I perform the best when I practice an hour, you know, and that's aside from anything like this or the show. I try to just sit there and practice. There's one over there. All right, wherever you see.
No, go over here.
Okay.
That's hers.
Sorry.
No, go back.
I'm like, popcorn.
If you can play any other musical instrument, which one would you play?
The piano, for sure. I love the piano. Or the drums.
It seems like you have a lot of different musical inspiration, but is there any one artist that you feel like really has inspired your musical style?
Yeah. I would say there's like three main ones. Probably Skrillex was a huge one for me. Changed my style completely when I heard Bangarang. Previous to that, it was in high school. I think the first time I like cried while listening to a song was Evanescence, My Immortal. And I just love that really interesting contrast that their music created, and it kind of inspired me to do the same. And then thirdly, probably there was a violinist named Vanessa Mae. She was like a techno violinist from the 90s, and I was like, this chick is awesome! She's doing crazy stuff with a violin. So, it's probably my three. All right, maybe one last question right here.
What do you think about when you're playing? Just the music itself, or do you have any thoughts that run into your head while you're up there playing?
Yeah, you know, that's such an interesting question as a musician, especially during a show. You know, a show is an hour and a half every night, and so sometimes I'm really focused on like, okay, get this passage right, oh, really make this passage sing beautifully. Other times I'm thinking about the dancing, and then other times I'm like, oh, you realize your mind is wandering. And you know, at this point we've got this show. It's a very complicated show, costume changes and dance moves and, you know, dancers, but yet I'm like amazed at the human mind, how sometimes amidst all this I'm thinking about what I'm going to snack on after the show. And it's just amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, you come to your, how long have I been daydreaming? Like, I'm in the middle of a show, there's thousands of people out there, like, okay, back in it, you know, but it's really amazing how our minds can just do that, especially when you're on autopilot with something. But I try my best to stay focused, especially when we're playing acoustically like this. I feel like I focus pretty much on just the violin. All right, this next song we're going to play for you is a cover. It's probably one of my favorite songs of all time. It's my favorite cover I've ever done. So this is Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. started thinking about, what do I think about when I play? You know what, it's interesting, I was actually surprised. I was thinking about my family as I played that song. I guess I think a lot more about what the song makes me feel while I'm playing. We got one more song for you guys today. This song I wrote originally for Pete's Dragon, the movie. I was really excited this year when Disney approached me and asked me if I would write a song for them. And I was so excited because I'm a huge Disney fan. It's been on my bucket list for years to write for Disney. And so I wrote this song with Andrew McMahon after we saw kind of an early version of the film with like a, pencil sketched dragon and everything. So yeah, this is kind of a dream come true song for me, and I liked it so much that they let me put it on my album as well. And I want to thank you guys at the radio station for playing this song. It means so much to me, and it's such a huge game changer to get your music on radio because it widens the platform in a way that no one else can. And so this has been really cool. Thank you so much for playing the song. This is Something Wild.
Gotta come up with a better system here. Okay.
Again, thanks for having us here. Thank you. Thank you so much. By the way, we just ate Chicago dogs, and they are fantastic.
Yeah.
So happy. I was in the best mood when I walked up here. Yes, pickles. Mustard. Oh, that's it.
You're awesome.